Heyo folks, Lucas here, back again with a new video. Still in the same spot. I toyed with the idea of maybe doing like walking and filming and doing that, but it's super windy out today, so I was like, I think I'll just go for a regular walk, and I did. I went for a mile, and just record a video in my room, where I always record them, in my very messy room right now. Building a Lego set over there. It's freaking sweet, I gotta say. And yeah, it's been over like almost 2 weeks, I think, since my last video. And I've kind of been procrastinating making another video just because I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to share and be open with on the channel. I have thought about maybe just being fully open and fully like vulnerable and sharing like my struggles with anxiety and whatnot and whatever. But I don't know if I'm ready to fully commit to that yet, to be honest. I don't know if I want to put my baggage out on the internet for everyone to enjoy. So I'm not going to do that this video at least, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments if, you do want to maybe hear about my struggles with anxiety and whatnot, and, mental health and all that good jazz that everyone kind of struggles with nowadays. But today I wanted to come on and kind of talk a little bit about the creative process and almost like this urge and this like need and want that I have lately of creating something, whether that be a video or like I kind of dipped my toes into woodworking a little bit, just making like a small box or whatever. And that was fun, but that didn't really scratch the itch. So I want to reach out to some of you guys and get maybe feedback on like if you've gone through a similar thing where you have this desire to put something out into the world, but maybe you're just not sure what that something is or how you're going to accomplish that and whatnot. Yeah, I've always been a pretty creative person, I have to say. I've always liked to draw and write, and like I remember as a kid in like 5th and 6th grade starting novels that I would write. I don't know if they're novels. I don't even know what a novel, like the definition of what a novel is technically. Like I don't know. Anyhow, please let me know down in the comment section below what a novel is defined as being, because I don't know. Anyhow, yeah, I would start writing these stories as a kid, and I never really finished them. My attention span was everyone's attention span is so like low as a child. You just move on to the next thing. But I went to school for film, and I really enjoyed screenwriting. I really enjoyed that aspect of like the filmmaking process. And I've kind of dipped my toes into writing some comics and whatnot. I have written some like one shot comics before, not published, just because I'm not the greatest artist. I'm not saying bad, but drawing is not something I'm super like into, like I do before writing. So I think maybe I'll write something about like my own personal experiences with like in high school and whatnot. I had kind of a tough time. That's another thing that I've been thinking about, like being open and vulnerable with these videos is, past experiences with like bullying and stuff like that. Then again, like I don't want this channel just to be like depressing, because I don't think my life is depressing. I think there's a lot of amazing things that are going on in my life, and I don't want to just talk about the depressing blah, and whatnot, that type of stuff. I don't know if that's what I want this channel to be. But I do want to create something. I do want to get something out in the world that I feel more proud of. Like these videos, are cool, but I don't edit. I don't like to edit. I'm just not, I don't know. It's just not something I enjoy. And it's not the style that I want to go for with this channel. I just want it to feel more like raw and intimate. I don't like that word raw, as I said that. That sounded wrong as I said that, actually, so I apologize. But I'm curious to know, what are some of your guys' like creative outlets that when you're feeling a desire or urge to make something, what is it that you go to, you know? Is it writing? Is it drawing? Is it woodworking, crocheting, knitting, whatever? I don't know. I'd be curious to know. But I do think I want to write something about, you know, my past experiences. Even if I don't publish it, maybe it'd just be like a journaling thing where I just get it all out, you know? And if I'm able to structure it in a way that would make sense for it to be like a book or something, that'd be cool. But I just don't know. Like in my head, as I'm kind of toying with the idea and have been now for like the last really couple months, I don't know, I haven't figured out what that structure would be, because I wouldn't want it to be just like a pity party, you know, where it's like I'm just looking for pity, because I'm not. And that's also kind of why I'm hesitant to talk a little bit about my past struggles with anxiety and, about, you know, like I said, high school and whatnot, because I don't want it to feel just like a pity party. But I do want to create something. So I guess that's kind of why I want to make this video today. As I said, I would like to kind of have a conversation with some of you guys out there on what your creative process is, you know, what you like to make. I'd just be curious to know, because it might help me in my journey to get to writing and stuff. I think also too, I've been thinking about it, and I think I've been reading a lot of like nonfiction books. I actually dip my toes into, or are dipping my toes into a fiction book titled Mr. Penumbra's, no, that's, yeah, Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore. I don't know. I don't think that's how you say that guy's name. But anyhow, it's a fiction book. It's pretty good so far. And maybe I'll do like a review on it. And then I'm also reading A People's History of the United States still, which I'm finally halfway through it, a little over halfway through it. And I'm ecstatic, because I kind of want to be done with the book. It's good, it's important, but it's so dry and dense at times. It's like, oh my gosh. So that's one where you kind of read it in like very tiny bite size, whatever, you know, like I'll read probably at most, I have read more, but probably at most like 10 pages a day, and kind of like a couple pages at a time. And that seems to be the best way to digest that book and that information that is getting thrown at you, because it's a lot, you know. I definitely recommend it. So I think I'll start doing more like book reviews as I start reading some books. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested in hearing about my problems in life. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a little reluctant to put that out in the world, at least right now, just because I don't know. It's kind of a scary thing to talk about some of that stuff, but I do think it's important to not only for myself to process that, but maybe to help others process that type of stuff too. So yeah, you know, I think, you know, you can look forward to more kind of off the cuff videos like this, some book reviews if I read more comics, which I still have a boatload of comics. A lot of these I have read, you know, but as I read some comics and stuff, I'll probably make videos on that, talking about it. What else? I do want to maybe get my podcast off the cuff going again, where I just kind of invite a guest on and I talk to them about whatever, just life. So I've been toying with the idea of doing that again. So maybe look forward to that, you know. But I don't know. I feel like I've really rambled on with this video, and hopefully it's not completely unwatchable, and hopefully the audio is not completely unlistenable. That's, I don't think, a word. Anyhow, yeah, I guess like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you watch to the end, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I promise I will try to upload more frequently. All right. Maybe once every 2 weeks. I think I change that every time I make a video. I say once every week, once every month. I don't know. But I will try to push myself to make more videos. Hopefully more entertaining videos too. Okay. So we'll see you in the next one.